Hi, good evening all.
Hi, good evening all.
We will start in 3 minutes. We'll start around 8:35 p.m.
Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to QServe and welcome to the new session which we're going to conduct on the QS Senior QS Excellence Pathway and the guidance to how you're going to achieve this Senior QS role or how do you going to get a leap to that Senior QS role. That's the main agenda or that's the main topic which we're going to discuss today. Before we jumping to our topic, for all of you, let me tell you welcome because you guys all might be working in different companies and different region. Still, you guys find some time to sit with us, attend this session, which eventually showing your interest and your strive for growth. Ideally, you guys might be junior people because that's the reason you are here, and that's the reason you want to know how to become a senior QS. A junior, a young QSs, you might after hours of work. Ideally, you should go home, dressed up, maybe watching movies, something. Instead of that, you decide to sit with us to understand how you can jump your next step. That's showing a fire inside you. And we are here to help you in the process, like how you can become a senior quantity surveyor. So just a few words about our QServe. So QServe is a consultancy which we aiming mainly to help quantity surveyors to enhance their career in their just to become a quantity surveys in a quantity survey those parts. Plus we also intended to guide and help the candidates to achieve their MRICS status. So it's formed by two friends like me and my friend Siat. A few word about ourselves as well. So my name is Mithun Suvarn and I'm a group manager working in a company, a reputed developer in UAE. And my friend Siad Safar is working as a lead consultant in Saudi Arabia. He's working with one of the international consultant, a course consultant over there. We both are chartered surveyors. We both having MRICS plus the multiple tails like MIQS, AIQS, goes on. Okay, I'm not wasting your time explaining about our QSub and our credential. We will straight away go to the section. So the topic, advanced into senior quantity surveyor. and mastering contracts and cost management. The name is there actually. So the name indicates like how you can jump from a junior or a quantity surveyor role to senior quantity surveyor roles. Let us see what are the agenda which we going to have over here. I won't waste much of time in this agenda and things. I will straight away go to topics. Don't worry. So, as you introduction to the course for sure, then course objective and content, then teaching methodology, benefit. That's it. Only 4 point. That's it. Only thing which we go into. Because it's the we have make it very crisp and clear things. Directly jumping to the topic, explain and tell you this is what you should know. You should learn to become a senior guy in this QS fraternity. That's it. Okay. Let's see what are the contents, why we need everything in the upcoming slides. Okay. So about this course, so the main intention was, I mean, I've been repeating same thing, but just for namesake, since I have the slide, I just tell you one more time. So this I've seen many people, many people have been working in one designation for years and years. I come across some QSs who having 10 plus years of experience. Still, they haven't made a jump into as called senior county surveyor. So they have been doing the same job for 10 years, guys. They have been doing the same job. I asked him like, what do you do exactly? Because some people maybe, when we had a chit chat, then I used to ask them why you stick the same role, same job role in 10 years. And used to ask what you know and what you don't know, just to understand like what they're lacking in terms of a leap or a jump. And I have seen some people, they will be a quantity surveyor one company, second company they jump maybe for good salary but same quantity surveyor, third company they jump but for quantity surveyor only but maybe more salary. It's not always about salary. So it's always enhancement, and it's you as a person, as a professional, you have to grow. A growth is not always salary. You have to do new things, you have to learn new things, you have to make new designation, you have to move to next level, you take responsibility, you take risk. The power, the salary, and the position, everything come with a risk and responsibility. The more the responsibility you take, or the more the risk you're taking, that much value you're going to get in the industry. If you are getting enough salary and you are happy to do just a variation or a payment certificate, I don't force you to sit in the session anymore, because I want people who doing something right now, like a quantification maybe, a variation maybe, a payment certification maybe. I want those people who doing only those things right now, but who want to learn more things to reach or push themselves into a senior quantity survey. Okay, so me and Siad is being this industry for quite long, and we have many followers and friends. So they used to ask me like, why, how this process works. That's the reason because we already have a course for MRICS candidates. We have been running the course. We have a different batch going on. For this, we are getting continuous requests from many people like how the process will be like. So we decided to fix a framework, a course that will help the candidate to understand what to learn and what to understand and what practically understand, so that they can launch the or can land themselves into a senior quantity survey. Because if you're going for a quantity survey interview, they might ask you what is quantification, how do you take the quantity of this, what do you take this, what is payment certification, blah blah things. But if you go into senior quantity surveyor interview, this is not the way they're going to test you, because senior quantity surveyor is equal to commercial manager, or at least an assistant commercial manager. So when you are a senior account, because I have seen like there will be a commercial manager in the companies, then the senior county service, and senior county server run the show, not the commercial manager. He is the one who taking the bullet, and he's the one who fire the bullet. And commercial manager will show up sometimes only there is a very critical issues that's beyond his control of a senior QS. That's it. Okay, so that's the reason we have this course over here, and that's the reason we have the CPD also. Okay, so after this session, you'll get a certificate for sure. And our training session, which we planned like 3 hours a day, and hopefully we will finish in 3 months. Okay, and it's completely in MS Team platform. Okay, and we are having planned this to we have our plan is to start is by mid of August. Maybe it will extend a little, depends on like availability, the people join and all. Okay, Let us see like what you should know as a senior quantity survey, which is the core of the section. Whatever I explained is like, purely I was beating around the bush. I was, maybe you can say I was motivating you, or I'm putting some harsh reality on you. That's it. But now, the one you showing in the screen is something you should know. You should know in sense, you should know in detail. You should know in detail. I mean, you should have a advice level knowledge and experience on these aspects that will eventually going to help you to land in a job like senior position. Okay, so I have listed many key points over here, and I don't know, maybe you might know this content already because there are some country surveys for name their country surveys, but they do many things actually. Okay, so for them, please excuse me. I'm more interested towards those people who doesn't know these things and who's just stuck. Maybe unfortunately, who stuck in one position doing same thing. Maybe because different reasons. Okay, so I'm just want to take those people, lift those people, and place them in a level that demand their capability or the place that they deserve. Okay, so these are the main points as a senior quantity surveyor. If you go to any interview, they're going to test your competency in these points. First things, the bond and insurances. Very, very important. You might have heard of performance security. You might have heard of a tender bond. You might have heard of retention bond. You might have heard of advance payment bond. But why you need this? And what is the format you want this? How do you review that poem? How do you prepare that bond when a contractor or a client asking some deviation or modification or extra wording added? How you can understand the risk? That all the point, like as a senior quantity surveyor, if you imagine if you're a senior quantity surveyor in a consultant, or if you're a senior cost manager in a consultant, you will be receiving bonds and insurance from the contractor, and you have to review those things. There is no other way. You have to review those bonds and insurance which is coming to you. So that's the first point, because when you start the project, the first thing is submission of bonds and insurances. You should know different insurance model, like what is mean by owner control insurance policy, what is mean by contractor controlled insurance policy, what is mean by compared insurance policy. And you also should know what is a car insurance, what is a plant machinery insurance, what is employer liability insurance, what is property all risk insurance. Because these, when if you are a consultant or contractor or client, in some point you will be submitting, or some point you will be reviewing also. So in that point you should know what the amount of insurance, the validity of the insurance, the clauses within the insurance, is there any risk in the insurance, is it going to backfire us in the insurances. All those things you should know. When I say you should know, if you are a senior quantity surveyor, you should know it is because if you're a junior quantity surveyor or a quantity surveyor, you might be maximum doing like a payment application certification, full stop. That's it. Guys, there are quantity surveys doing more than that. Okay, that's exceptional. But when you move to a second level called senior quantity surveyor, at that moment you should have a deep knowledge of what is bond, what is insurance, type of insurance, when to submit, when to release, when to all those things. Like mainly like validity of these things. Why this is the validity? Why not it's extending after DLP? These factors you should know. Okay, because bond insurance, the first thing, maybe may not maybe majority of the project I've seen, this will be a prerequisite to make the first advance payment and upcoming interim payment. Okay, then the second thing, risk and contracts. Guys, contract is very important. The thick and sound knowledge in contract is a very, very important factor. How to learn it, that's we are here. But if you want to stay a superior quantity surveyor or a cut above the rest, if you stand above others, I would say you should have very strong knowledge in contracts. You should know how to identify risk from the contracts. Imagine you got a contract. In the contract, it mentioned the advance payment is only 1% or 5%. Your mind should work the risk. Okay, just let me put in the worst case scenario. In the contract you opened, your tender contracts you opened, you see there is zero advance payment. Your mind should immediately think of the point that if there is no advance payment, the contractor himself has to arrange the money. That means he has to put money from his pocket. That money is his money, which he should have ideally invest somewhere and make more money. If you don't have own money, you as a contractor has to go to the bank and get extra money. You have to get a loan to make an initial mobilization. Those risks should be coming to your mind immediately when you read the contract. So how your mind will work in that perspective? That means you are to have a very good, strong, sound knowledge in contract. So when you have a sound and strong knowledge in the contract, as you read, your mind going to look into opportunity and risk. Opportunity and risk. That's the beauty of a contract, and that's the value that you're going to get as a professional in this field. Okay. Next, FIDIC. You might have heard of FIDIC for sure. There are different FIDIC forms like red book, yellow book, green book, orange book, silver book, gold book, white book. But you should know when to use this. If you are a client quantity surveyor and this client is asking, dear XY guy, what do you think? Which form of contract we should use this project? I have a building, I have an infra. Please tell me, dear senior quantity surveyor, which form of contract I should use for this project. Then you should tell him, yes, client, it's better if you go for this form of contract, a red form of contract. Similarly, because FIDIC is a general condition which is mostly applicable across GCC and Southeast Asia and India. But if you go to European region, like they are using JCT, NEC, which purely in that region. Okay. But in this region, like when I say this region, I'm sitting in UAE and Siyaz in Saudi Arabia. But I know in Bahrain, Qatar, and a couple of other countries, we using FIDIC. At least a bespoke contract derived from FIDIC we are using. So FIDIC is very, very easy if you read that. Once you read once, it feel like when I read first time, it looks like some maths because I'm very weak in maths. For me, it looks like some astro, nuclear, blah blah things I'm reading. But second time, it become physics. Third time, it become biology. Fourth time, it become language, and fifth time, it become more and getting more and more interesting. FIDIC is having only 20 clause. I'm talking about FIDIC Red Book. And 20 clause. At least you read the heading and understand that will help you a lot. Okay. So you have to have FIDIC knowledge for sure. You cannot survive in this industry. You may survive, but if you want to stay above others, if you want to become a contracts manager or a senior on the survey, you have to have them. Then the other thing you might have heard cost reports. Cost is because as a contractor, you're working in a project to make money out of it. So what do you have to control? The budget. If you want to control the budget, you have to control the cost also. You have to monitor the cost. You have to control the cost. You have to understand the cost. You have to play around the cost. So you should know how to prepare a cost report. What are the element of a cost report? What is soft cost? What is hard cost? What is direct cost? What is indirect cost? All those things you should know. Then only you can prepare a detailed cost report. If you are a consultant and client asking you, dear consultant, please prepare a cost report. Yes, I'm ready. This is the cost report. You should be ready with that. If you want to be that quick, you should know all the cost. In the contractor perspective, you are a contractor, you have a budget. So now for you, it's very, very important than a client or than a consultant. It's your duty to ensure your total cost will not cross the budget. You will have a budget for sure. How do you control the budget, or how do you ensure that you are within the budget? Because every month you will monitor the cost. Every month you will prepare a report, and every month you will look into the progress also. Then you can see, okay, progress is less, but cost is high. Progress is high, cost is less, which is the point or eye opener for you. Yeah. So cost report, you should know how to prepare a cost report. Now the beautiful thing, cash flow forecasting. Cash flow forecasting is like if you are a client and you appointed a contractor. So as a client, you should know how much money you will be paying to the contractor in every month. Say, just imagine it's a 12-month project. Okay, 1 year project. So he should know how much I should pay the contractor in the first month, and how should I gotta pay the contract in second month, and so on till 12th month. You know why? Because he may need to arrange a bank loan, maybe, or else he may need to arrange ready that money with him, because contractor do the work and he claim the application. Soon he start, where is the money, where is the money? So to support the contractor the cash flow and also his project, he should know from the contractor or construction how much money you should pay every month, so that he can make that money ready with him. Because if, just put me in this way, you are I'm staying in UAE, okay? So I know each month how much will be my expenses. Some months I have to pay check for my apartment. Some month I need to pay terms for my kids, and some month I need to pay maintenance for my car, and every month I need to pay, what you call that, this petrol or the other things. So I know how much I need to spend. This is the forecast of money. So, for example, I foresee 1 month in which I have a flat renewal. So I know that that month I need to make more money. So that's the forecast. So I will, maybe I ask my friends. Maybe I will take money from my home country or something, or I will crash my cash credit card. Something I will do. That's the principle of cash flow forecasting. But you need to know many underneath things if you want to prepare a proper cash flow. Something called cost value reconciliation, or a CBR, which is comparing your cost against the value, because that is the report that management will look into. Your management, high manager, like your director or you are a CEO, you are a GM, they will not be interested to look into the full report you prepare. That's the thing which they want to see in a cost value reconciliation. How much is the cost? What is the value? Where we standing in terms of budget? That's it. So that report is called cost value reconciliation, which we compare cost value, and sometimes when it's something called earned value analysis, where you asked an element of time also. That is something you should know as a senior quantity surveyor. Now let us something called subcontractor and nomination. You might have heard of nominator, subcontractor, assignment, novation, those things. So if just imagine you are a contractor, you are a main contractor, you're a civil contractor, 100% sure you have to procure a subcontractor. And there will be many PS package also. PS means, professional packages. So you may need to nominate, you may need to omit, whatever. If you're a client, same thing only. In a BOQ, you will have many nominations, like sometime light fitting, sometime MEP full work, many work, ID work, many things will be PS. Landscaping, maybe bridges, maybe causeway, maybe infra, maybe blah blah things. So you should know how, when, and how do I monitor this nomination? How do I monitor subcontracting? How do I control subcontracting? How do I make payment for them? And how they ask more money? What can I do? These things you should know, which is purely part of administration, which is purely tie up with two other things like advanced contracts and also FEDIC. Okay. Now, same, connecting with the same previous subcontract nomination, we have something called prime cost and professional sum arrangement. You should know the professional sum administration and prime cost. If you are a consultant and you have PC item and PS item in the BOQ, your first target is, guys, to resolve or finalize these two things as a client and as a contractor also. You have to ensure you ask your consultant, give me nomination, when to start PS, when to start this prime course, who to approach, because if not, that is going to delay your project. Or if not, you should send a notification also. That's something which is really required if you want to become a senior quantity surveyor. Now something called value engineering. I'm sure you maybe you did it already, or you might have a very good knowledge about value engineering. Because value engineering is something when you face a cost overrun, or even if you want to add some value to the client. Just keep in mind you are a cost consultant as a consultant. Okay, your job is to do all those things. But if you're doing something value added, that is something make you difference. Yeah. So you're telling dear consultant, dear client, can we apply this value engineering? It may save some money and time. Oh my God, that's something, he will think this guy had something. You are just coming, you preparing payment certificate, you preparing payment application, you prepare variation, you're going, nothing. That's your job for sure, right? As a QS, you should do the job. But when you're adding something over and above, that is something adding value to you. That's, we can say, a value engineering always that, if you could make some saving for the client. Okay, not just a client, as a contractor also, you could tell them, I would like to implement this value engineering so that the client will get a cost saving plus time saving, efficiency, blah blah things. So you can ask a percentage of money from value engineering, the both beneficial win-win solution. Yeah. So value engineering is something you should know the steps of value engineering, when to apply, what to apply, and why to apply. That is the point. Definition of value engineering, you can know that. But it's all about how, when, and where to apply the matter. Okay. And payment certification and variation. I'm sure you're doing it right now. Okay. But based on what clauses you're doing, and why you want to pay advance payment, and why you have to pay payment IPC within 28 days, and why you have to make payment within 56 days, what to play under MOS, claim is subject to retention or not, what is contract charge. I don't know whether you don't know or not. Maybe you will know it already, because payment certification is something that people used to do. So, but the real art of preparing payment certification, sometimes some projects are funded by banks. So they are the only document they will look into the payment certificate. So that means this is the key document. And this is a document, it will go up to the court. So payment certification and the clauses 14.1 to 14.67, something 16 something, I don't remember exactly the number, sorry. Those clauses you should know when and where to apply. What is the clauses for final certification? What is the clause for SC, statement at completion? Within how many days I should submit final certification? Within how many days I should go for SAC? What if I have not submitted this? What if I'm not submitting payment application? What if I'm not submitting MOS? All those things you should understand. It's not just putting a percentage. It's not just putting a percentage and submitting. You should know why, because maybe in this level, if you are a junior quantity surveyor, you will be putting the percentage. But moving next step, if you land as a cost controller or a senior cost consultant, that time each closes of payment certification is matter. Okay, so variation is a very very common thing, which is the first thing maybe you all are started in your career. But you know what all the things will qualify as a variation? Do you know how to identify a variation? Do you know type of variations? Do you know those things? If you know things, good and well. You should know how to qualify a variation. What is the procedure to submit a variation? What is the time bar for a variation? When you can apply a BOQ rate, when you can go for a star rate, when you can go for a new rate, when the rate is not applicable, when you can ask for an escalation, those things are matter. So if I tell you about the FIDIC, clause number 13 and 12 is something talking about a variation. Sorry, variation is 13 only, but 12 is something talking about measurement. These two clauses are purely interconnected. Variation is not just you take the quantity, you put the POQ rate and submit. No, it's not a variation. There are different layers. You should check whether this variation going to add an extension of time. If this variation, do I need to take more resources? Do I need to take a new engineer? Do I need to take a new equipment? These different things are there. You get a variation, just take the quantity, you put the value and submit. That's not the way you should submit a variation. It's an art actually. Variation is the art of getting money. The best you draw, just it's just like a beautiful painting. The best way you draw it, that much money you're gonna get, because if you it's just dribble, it's just do doodle about that, a lot of gray area. But just imagine you draw a very beautiful, well-defined picture. There is no doubt. If you just imagine you're drawing a Ferrari or a Porsche 911, you're drawing it, okay? If you draw with proper dimension, proper color scheme, so everybody know it's a Porsche. But if you roughly draw something, you tell them it's a Porsche. If not, they know it's a Porsche. That's the difference of variation. So clause number 13.1 states you what is a variation. So how do you identify variation? Can you reject the variation as a contractor? Can you say no to the variation? And if PC is a variation, PS is a variation, those things, is value engineering is a variation, those things are very important, because variation, unfortunately, people take it very simple way. I don't know why. People take it like in a very light way. It's a variation. Okay, we measure it, we put a unit rate and submit. Let's it. But it's a third, four, five layers are there. Then our beautiful thing called claim management. Claims are very, very important, guys. EOT claim, disruption claim, idle claim. Many claims are there. So these claims, I don't expect you to do a delay analysis. That's not our job as a quantity surveys. Delay analysis will be done by our planners for sure. But you should know methods. How do you do? Like time impact study, as built versus current, then window analysis, whichever method. So that will be done by the planners, but we should know what is that. And if there is a productivity issue, how do you going to handle that in the claims? Okay, how there is this ideal charge issue, then how do you going to manage that claims? When you heard claims, there is always you shouldn't consider FIDIC in claims. Okay, FIDIC is not talking much on claims, to be very honest. We have something called SCL protocol. So if you know SCL protocol, you know how to administer the claims, and you should know types of claim, like what is excusable, compensable, like delay mainly. What is excusable delay? What is compensable, non-excusable delay? What is compensable delay? What is non-compensable delay? What's concurrent delay? Those things you should know, and then the prolongation cost for sure. What are the heads you should consider in prolongation cost? Is it actuals, or you can stretch the prelims? Those things are there. Mainly these claims, not limiting the EOT claims, but all the claims, be it any type of claims. Claim is basically you getting a chance to claim additional money. Okay. So that is about claims, and you should know the claims in detail, because you are something who going to say yes or no to the claims. Okay. Then the final account. Final account theoretically very easy. You submit, understand all variation, all claims, all back charge, all NCR, close submit. But there is similarly, like when I say like payment certification and variation, similarly there is a process or a procedure that is to be followed in a final account. If you're a consultant and if you prepare a scrap final report, client going to throw it away completely and you don't get any work after that. Because final account define the final amount of money you should pay. So that's you will be very, very carefully drafted and ensure. And then you might have heard of termination and suspension. The most, I would say it's the saddest part of a contract, or an adverse part of a contract, or a black part of a contract, suspension termination. All the contractors and employer enter into a contract for a healthy and good faith, fair deal relation. But this two item, literally spoiling everything. Your relationship will be spoiled. There'll be fight, there'll be litigation, arbitration, blah blah, many things. So you should be very careful about this, because
Why you should know about suspension termination? Because you should be very careful that you're not doing anything that would lead to suspension termination. So in clause number 15, clause number 18, 15, 16, 18 and all, there are many conditions. What will leads to termination or suspension? What are the remedy after that? What are the consequences of termination? What to do as an employer? What to do as an engineer? What to do as a contractor? Many things are that you should know. I mean, I don't say you should be ready for the termination, but at least you should know. We hope in a very optimistic way, none of the contract will terminate. But however, we had to ready with a process. Okay. Last but not the least, the procurement and tendering. Procurement and tendering is something which is like the first stage of the project. Because in post contract stage, the construction stage. Before that, how to procure a subcon if you're a contractor, how to procure a subcontractor, what methodology I should use. Should I go for a DNB or should I go for a traditional method? Should I go for a MC method? Should I go for a construction manager method, EPC method, blah blah things, many methods. I don't expect you to have a strong knowledge on this, but it's better if you have basic idea and when to apply the process. Basically, I'll be explaining the tendering process, starting from expression of interest to, or I mean strategy, starting from strategy to end of RFP. I'll be explaining so that you will in this course, I mean, so you will know like what is the process, how it works and all. Then know negotiation and those things. So this, if you master in these things, I know like many of us won't get a chance to work all those is area, but if you learn it in thoroughly, you understand in deep, at least you can explain in your interview. Okay, if you are a quantity surveyor and you don't know how you have in administered a bond or insurances, you might not be knowing this, but if you learn about that in interview, somebody asking him, dear Siad or Mithun, how do you review this? You can tell, I will open the bond, I will check the validity, I will check the percentage, I will check the bank, I will check the format, blah blah things, anything. So that then in the interview will feel comfort, like okay, this guy knows something. Trust me guys, if you having 6 or 7 years experience, when somebody doing interview and you explain these things, when I used to do a lot of interviews for my, when I'm selecting my consultant and selecting my own team. So even somebody having very less experience and they are theoretically giving me these things, I was very happy because at least they learn it, they have a strive for learning. So if I give a practical chance, they're going to reach high because they already know the theory completely about that. Now only they need a chance to work on it. That's it. Okay. So that's something I want to tell you. These are the main thing you should know as a quantity senior quantity survey. Let us go to next slide and see how it works and the process, all those things. So let me tell you who is, I mean, if you attend our session or attend our courses, who going to get benefited? So, mainly for, those junior quantity surveys who are having like 5 years of experience, 2, 3 years of experience, who want to enhance their career. Okay. If you're a trainee quantity surveyor who is doing just quantification, okay. So you should know at least theoretically like what is a payment application, what is payment certification, what is those things you should know. So that's our intention, like, mainly like push, hell, and we focus mainly on the post-contract part of it. And yes, there is we looking into tendering and procurement for sure, but not much into estimation. We'll explain that. That's it. Because and if you are someone having 3 years experience and you doing only variation at that time, now attending our session we will be having practical sections also, so you will be understand like what is that, how to do that, those things. So someone like entry level QS, a junior course and contracts managers, not managers, professionals. And then the people, some people have some information and they I did something. And some companies there is a project engineer, he will do everything, he will do QS work, he will do planning work, he will site work. So those people who really want to shift the career into quantity surveying feel that it's going to be helpful. Okay. So and whoever who would aiming to the senior role, it is going to be benefit. Okay. So that's all about which I'm going to explain. And now my friend Siad going to explain to the our methodology of teaching and all. Okay, over to you, Siad.
Thanks, Mudun. Hi, all. Thanks for joining. So I will continue from here. I'm Siar. So I will explain our teaching methodology, the way which we are going to deliver our lecture. It's not only lecture with practical theory with practical examples. So we will deliver through online sessions, as you know, through Microsoft Teams, but we expect that and we want that to be an interactive session because it's not a one-way communication. It's our lecture should not be one way. We want the candidates or students to ask us questions, whether it is a basic question or advanced one. Okay. We are, obliged to clear or clarify all your questions. So we do conduct an interactive online lectures, okay, where, for example, each session we will take a certain topic. We'll focus on a specific topic such as cost reporting or value engineering or claims management or variations management, and we will include real world project scenarios. Example, administering FIDIC-based contracts, or how you will resolve a payment dispute, how you will conclude a variation, how you will conclude a final accounts. Such examples we will give, and through on interactive sessions, of course. So to demonstrate the application of theory to practice, okay. So we will include interactive elements like polls or votes, group discussions, etc. will be used to engage our students. Then we will use templates to improve your understanding. So we are not just delivering lecture, it is boring, right? So for each topic, okay, we will give you industry standardized or industry or the templates or forms as per the industry standards. Maybe you're already using different types of forms in your companies, okay, but are you sure that those are the industry standard forms? Because we have, institutions like RICS, and there are like CIRB for claims, okay, for dispute resolutions. Many institutions are there. Why? Because these institutions are there to regulate the profession. So they have, standard forms, okay, they have standard guidance notes to guide the professionals, okay, in order to, by ensuring that they follow the standard procedures as well as templates, forms, and all. So we will definitely teach you using templates, say templates for cost value reconciliation reports, cost reporting, payment certification formats, cash flow forecasting format, subcontract nomination forms, final account statements, and all. So these templates will not only clarify documentation requirements, but also help the candidates understand standard industry formats, as I said, used in procurement or tendering or contract administration or commercial management. Okay. So the flexible format allows you to learn at your own pace, whether, let's say, whether it's exploring complex topics or important topics like variations or claims management, or with the very foundational topics like procurement and tendering fundamentals. The course design accommodates varying learning speeds. Maybe there will be candidates with having only 1 year experience. There will be candidates having 5 years experience or 6 years experience, but the learning speed will be different. Why? Because some are very new to the profession, some are a bit experienced. Okay, so our course will be designed in such a way that irrespective of the experience and knowledge they have, the candidates have, all can, learn at their own pace. That is how the course will be designed. So candidates can also revisit difficult concepts such as, let's say, risk allocation under FIDIC, or the procedure of suspension and termination, which are all like, comparatively complex topics. So you will get understanding, okay, with support from, industry experts like us, especially Midun, who is, an expert in procurement and contracts field. Then we will start with foundational concepts. We will not start with, CVR or how to prepare a cost report. We will make sure that, for instance, the course will start with an overview of bonds and insurances and procurement fundamentals, because that is procurement is what, the overall, the broader process in under which everything comes in. So we'll start with the bonds or insurances, the procurement, which are the fundamentals. Before making sure that we build a strong foundation or base before delving into advanced contractual risk management or the nuances of provisional sum or prime cost administration and management. So this approach, we make sure that through this approach, candidates develop a solid understanding before tackling more complex contractual or financial or commercial mechanisms. Also, we will incorporate real world scenario examples to illustrate key concepts. Examples may include the use of performance bond in large scale projects, how maybe value engineering can lead to cost savings in a real tender package, or how claims were successfully managed on a delayed project. Many examples, real world case studies or scenarios. So, case studies will highlight both successful practices and also the common pitfalls in areas such as tendering management, final accounts preparation, cash flow mismanagement, everything. Okay. Then we will definitely provide opportunities. We want the candidates, to be interactive and ask questions and answer our questions. So live sessions, in our live sessions, we will include open Q&A segments where candidates can clarify their doubts. For example, they can ask how to interpret, how indemnity clause is interpreted, how risk registry is made or maintained, or proper documentation of variations. So questions or discussions will be encouraged to explore, diverse approaches to, contractor claims, cost planning, or subcontractor nomination procedures, PCPS management, etc. Okay. Then, of course, all sessions, including those basics or whatever, and basics or advanced topics, will be recorded, and we'll make it accessible for all the candidates to revisit the topics. So this ensures that no content is missed, especially for working professionals like you, because you have to balance your job and personal time. Okay, so Midhan already explained what are the requirements, what are the areas or competencies where a QA should excel or QA should have a strong foundation. And I'll just explain like what will be the benefits once successfully complete this short-term course. So by gaining in-depth knowledge of key areas, which we explained earlier, which we didn't explain earlier, example, cost reporting, risk management, value engineering, claims management, and all, you will position yourself as a high value asset to your company, whether it's a contracting firm or consultant or client. So this comprehensive understanding that you gain will open doors to advanced roles in or more senior roles in quantity surveying or contracts administration or project management. Okay, then you can enhance your expertise and prepare you for your senior level responsibilities, because this course is structured to enhance or elevate your capabilities from intermediate or junior or intermediate or to an advanced level. You will be equipped to confidently handle complex tasks or the critical tasks in management construction, like final accounts, variations, payment certifications, and even lead contract negotiations. So this will prepare you roles for such as a senior quantity surveyor, a commercial manager, or a contract specialist, where strategic decision making is critical. And you can gain the confidence to manage contracts and costs effectively, whether dealing with FIDIC-based contracts or complex cash flow forecasts, or even navigating subcontractor nominations. You will develop the confidence to make informed or proactive decisions. So this basically empowers you to lead with clarity, to reduce the project risks and to optimize the cost performance, which are, the key areas for any successful quantity surveying or contracts professional. Then we will issue you a certificate of completion, okay, which will help you to boost your resume. Upon successfully completing the course, we will issue a certificate that validates your skills and knowledge. Okay, so this basically, this credential adds credibility to your personal, sorry, professional profile. Then, of course, through interactive sessions, case studies, discussion forums, you will build valuable connections, friendship with fellow professionals, because we are all professionals, right? So these relationships, can lead to collaborative opportunities or mentorship and access to exclusive job openings even. And you will receive a comprehensive toolkit, including templates for, like I explained before, templates for standard forms like for CVR, cost reporting, cash flow forecasting, claims registers, and all. And you can build, for those preparing, planning for a job change, a job transition, or interviews. This course will strengthen your conceptual understanding and practical know-hows, from answering technical questions on cost reporting or FIDIC clauses, to discussing real world scenarios involving variations or termination procedures. You will be well prepared to impress interviewers with confidence. Okay. So these are the benefits which you are going to gain once you complete this course. Okay, so that's all, guys. So we don't want to extend the session more than an hour. So if you have any questions, I will just enable your mic. You can ask. Okay, any doubts, any questions, you are welcome to ask. Okay, now I have enabled mic. So
Excuse me.
yes, please
Hello.
do that.
Yeah. Your course included the pre course planning, tender stage course planning.
Hi, hello. Who's this?
Yeah, this is Rusaid from UAE.
You said, yeah, you said we are testing base the procurement entering part of it. Is a
Okay.
well point we definitely going to look in because we haven't thought of this course plan as of now, but we want to think of it in a serious way. Just we'll try to include this course plan also. As of now, we were more. If you have the, you can understand from what I explained, we are more focusing into post corner part of it, and eventually we just procurement entering. Yes, this course plan PT think we will seriously think of it and we will consider including. As of now, in the one which we explained, no, it's not the. But it's a good point from your side, which we shall consider.
Okay.
Hi.
Thank you. And what about the cost and the period of time of the course? So after finishing the course, can we keep in touch for the any other whenever facing the any issue in our during our work period? So can we keep
Yeah.
in touch with you or any other?
Yeah, so the fees and things you can contact us on this mail ID or WhatsApp number, okay? But the structure was basically we plan to have a minimum 3 hour session a week, and we plan to finish in a 3 month time actually. But sometimes what happened, some competent one subjects, sometimes it's a imagine it's a course forecast or cash cash flow forecast or cost report. We attempt to explain 2 3 times like over and again, and some those time it will extend also, but ideally our plan to finish section in 3 months time starting from mid of August or maybe the starting of 1st of September maybe, okay. And then talking about, so what we will provide you, so whatever I explained in that the points, you will have copies of the format, the formats and the guidance for that. Then what else? Notes for that. You will be having notes for the FIDIC, how to read the FIDIC, how to handle the claims procedures will be there, format will be there, and you will have the full copy of all the FIDIC forms of contract. Those big bunch of documents will be providing. Plus, and once if imagine if you are interested and you wish to join, once you say yes, you will be putting you in a separate WhatsApp number. Okay, sorry. Okay, we have a group over there. We'll put you in the WhatsApp group, and we will be sharing day by day, day to day. We will be sharing issues, concerns, because there are many portions over there. So they will be sharing many concerns, issues in their portion, right, which will be a learning point for all of us, including me and Siad. Okay, and we will be in touch for, because we already have a batches already, and that's including MRICS. So we are moving as a one family. Plus, we are not guaranteeing placement in this instance. But however, again, I'm repeating, I'm firming also, we are not guaranteeing placement. Okay, but we will be do our best to ensure you will be placed in the best companies. our guys, like in the first batch MRS people, they already got placed in. I'm not telling, like, it's like we will ensure place, because I can't guarantee that, because I don't have any link with any consultants, but I have contacts in the industry. With that context and contacts, we will, whenever we got some opportunity, we will post, and we will ensure somebody interested, your resume will be reaching at the right hand. That means it will not reach a random guy in the company. Your resume will be reaching in the decision maker, and then, cracking the interview is purely on you. So that kind of help we doing already, and some many of our colleagues got placed already. But again, I'm emphasizing and telling, I'm not guaranteeing any placement at this stage. Plus, I would like to add one more point over here. We have a YouTube channel actually. In YouTube channel, we have many videos. Many videos means many videos. You can maybe look into those videos. Yeah, you can post the link if you have for the YouTube channel. So you can see, like, you can see before you join, you can see that methodology, how you will teach, whether it's working out for you. Sometimes it won't work out for you. Some methodology work for you will not work for other person, so that whole thing you can see from that channel for sure. So that's what I think I answered your question.
Yeah, yeah. So
Thank you
I
very
have
much.
one more question. This your WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Somebody is not related to the job guarantee. So we are
Mm.
working while we are working on our company or our position as a senior
Mm.
QA. So if we problems in contract wise, so let's say some contractual issues, so that time we can contact
Always
in
we are
the.
there. Always you can contact you. I will have our personal numbers. You can always call me. You can. I mean, it's not even. I my number. I am there's a LinkedIn. My name also. It's you don't need to
Yeah, yeah.
join for that. Okay, upfront, I'm telling you guys, if you have any doubts in the professional or a work related, you can contact me anytime in LinkedIn. Just message me whenever I get time. I'll reply back. It's you don't need to join. Okay, for that things, and you don't need to join, because I am telling, whenever I'm having LinkedIn, I used to reply, because that's a learning point for me also, by the way. Okay, it's not just like you have doubt. Maybe that thing I might have never come across in my career. So I will be learning new things, and what I do something I don't know. I used to ask my seniors how to do it, what to do. Then, it's a learning for me and you. So those things, don't worry. I will be there in LinkedIn, because many people used to approach, and I used to approach many people for many doubts and all. So that's there. You know,
Hi, Mithun. It's a very nice lecture from you and your assistant. This is very
it's not my
useful.
assistant; it's my friend.
I'm sorry for that.
We both are
But
friends, by the way.
okay, very nice, very nice, very nice talking with you. I'm calling from India. My name is Bani.
Hi,
So,
buddy.
what is hi? What is the current trade book in UAE construction market is actually using? Is it 2017 or is it
It's
1999?
99, unfortunately,
Oh, so
because
they are
it's
not
not
using
like reluctance. When something is no introduced, people have reluctance actually, because we know each and everything about 99. And our legal team, when I'm talking about in general, because most of the company has particular conditions, and their legal team vetted completely, so they attempt to follow that. As of now, I know 2017 is much better version, and in India I could see that people using that. But over here I could see at least a 70% people still using 99 in UAE. Yeah,
uh,
I'm generally in UAE.
because why I'm asking that things, because some clauses are there. It's actually contradicting, because some of the timelines are very clearly mentioned in 2017, and in
17, yes.
99, yeah, and in 99 it's abrupt. That means for a various duration of time you can do such and such thing. But for 2017, it's going for like 14 days, 7 days, or 21 days. They have already mentioned that things. So that
But
is a,
is
that is a that there
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
ambiguity over there. So that's
But
why I'm
if
just asking
everything is
for.
clear in the contract, they don't need a contracts managers. So better 99.
Okay,
the,
okay,
the,
thank you
the
very much.
job for us. No, no,
Thank you
I'm
very much.
I'm just kidding. Actually, 17 is really good, because I worked in
No, it's
17
fine.
when I was in India. I was working in 17 only. It's really good, by the way. Really means really good. Like everything, every issue, there's an answer for that. And
Yes, yes, they do
language
have.
also is very nice compared to the 99.
But in UAE, 99 is very usual out here.
It's very famous over here, 99. You know, at
And
least you know.
as well as red, except red book, green book, yellow book, white book, everything is going for 1999.
Yes. So because in DNB contract we go usually use yellow book, which is same, and green
Mhm.
book also same, and white book also. But white book mostly in my knowledge is basically in two companies in consult side, which we don't use the exact white book, but it's something more like a extracted white book actually.
Yeah, but the basis should be in 1999, not
99, yeah,
2017.
yeah. 17 is not been maybe some people will be using also. I'm just talking in based on my experience only. But as I know, like my colleagues also have same thing, like mostly using 99 actually.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Bunny. If you have any other doubts, we are still
Uh,
here.
um,
If
hi, Mithun. Again, Bani here.
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
you
yeah.
are you sending this session recorded session out here for our
This
reference in
session we will be posting a YouTube link, YouTube channel, Bunny. So the link
that's in
already see this
QServe.
post. Yeah, that's
That's
in
QServe.
Q's. Yeah, QSer also will be there, and we have a channel in the YouTube also. In the both, you can find this video.
Oh, that's QS World.
Yeah, QS World, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
apart from that, Midun, once the lecture is finished, candidates will get automatic emails with the recorded session also.
Okay, yeah, cool.
That's nice. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you very much. Guys, if you don't have any doubt, you guys are free to leave, but we will be here for clarifying doubt.
Thank you for the presentation, guys. Have a good
Thank you very
evening.
much. Thank you.